Hey.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? This is your girl, Vicskeyas Faith. I'm here with my homie, Wendy, and we
Hello.
are here for another episode of The Size Up. I'm super excited. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Um, I am not out and about finding candy. Normally, boys and I find something to do. Jalen has dumped us for another family today. Uh, so he's with his homie. They're gonna go trick or treat and all that good stuff. I just told him to bring me some good candy back. That's what I told him. The plan was we were gonna watch scary movies and be here at the house together. But again, you know how your kids, it be your own people. They be like, bye. That's what my child is. It is Halloween. We did a Halloween show Wednesday with the Shy Glass Hour. I was a member of Cobra Kai. That was the easiest thing I could find in such a close period of time. I was not. I heard the lines at the costume store was pretty long. I don't trust Amazon as far as the clothes are concerned because they are never true to size for me. Because I might wear a 14 in this and then a 12 in that. So
Right.
nothing was concrete for me. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, how was your week, Wendy?
It was a week.
Not a week.
DHS. DHS.
Mm, I do know those. Um, so yeah, I'm just here
Yeah, me too.
on a Sunday afternoon. Well, first of all, I would like to give a shout out to my alma mater. Y'all cannot tell, but I am wearing a shirt. The vet. This is Jackson State University. We won yet another game, and the haters have been swarming around because Coach Prime has
Hmm.
been ill. He had foot surgery. So this is the second game he has missed that we have won without him being there. So we beat Valley, which is not saying a whole lot. But let me say this: Valley is not a bad team. They just need a good quarterback. Um, so hopefully they'll get it together. They played the game at Valley. I could have taken a lawn chair down there and sat down and watched the game from my lawn chair. I didn't realize that because I've only been to Edingbourgh once. I think we went for like a basketball game, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, Lord, get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
because so the rule of thumb for HBCU is they are either in the hood or they are in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
Jackson State is in the hood. Okay. Howard University is in the hood. Mississippi Valley, Alcorn State University, they in the middle of nowhere. Alcorn
Lamone Owen College in the hood.
is in the hood. Alcorn has their own gas station on campus because the closest gas station is like 45 minutes away. No lie. So, so that's the rule of thumb for HBCUs. That's just what it is. So, when I'm in the middle of nowhere and there is no, fast food establishments or Walmarts or gas stations and sites, I cannot deal because I go back to, way back when in yonder, when it turns dark, they don't want us darkies out on the street. So I cannot do that. And I know that's a HBCU, but I don't go outside that campus if it's past, when the sun goes down. So I don't do
Right.
it. Because there are still sundown states or
Hmm.
cities or towns here in the United States of America in 2021. They still exist. Um,
Right.
so let's get going. Wendy, I'm gonna let you take the first shine. Is what I'm going to let you do because this is a story you brought to my attention. So,
Okay. So, Dr. Consuela Wilkins, she is the wife of my first high school crush. His
who's
name
your
is
first high
Kenneth
school crush?
Wilkins. Yes, Kenneth Wilkins. And he went to Howard University. I believe she went to Howard University too. So she's a product of HBCU.
Okay,
Their oldest daughter goes to Yale. Decided not to do the HBCU out.
it's
She went
okay.
to.
It's okay. She in
She's
school.
right. She got a full ride to Yale, I do believe. I mean, she's very smart and very intelligent. Girl, you have put me on this spot right in here.
I ain't
Um,
trying to. Go
Girl,
ahead.
yes, you did. You did. But she's doing great things at the Vanderbilt Medical Center. She's doing really great things at the Vanderbilt Medical Center, you guys. Hold on one second.
I think
I'm
she's
gonna
the
pull.
head of inclusion and health equity. She's the dean
Yes.
of the school there at
Yes.
Vanderbilt. And she believes that we all should have equal rights to health care, no
Yeah.
matter, the cost.
Girl.
Kind of like socialism, if you will. If you go anywhere else except for the United States, you can go to the doctor for free.
Mm-hmm.
We go right across the border to Canada. You can get all your medication. You can do all of it for free 99. You don't have to pay. So they did a article on her. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Was it UT? Was that a UT medical magazine?
I believe so, but
Okay.
because like I said, she is at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Um, And she's have always wanted to be a doctor. Ever since she
Hmm.
was 9 years old, she said she wanted to be a doctor. And like you said, she was talking about how health equity was built into everything that she did. She does believe that everybody should have fair health care. And
Why not?
that's probably common sense right here. But
It should be common sense.
right, but
There are
it's
people
not
out
because
there
we
who are
live in the
rich.
capital. We
Yeah.
live in the capital. She grew up in a small town. It doesn't say where she grew up
In
in.
Mississippi. I think she grew up in the Delta, if I'm not mistaken. Look, she might have grew up in Edinburgh
Yes,
when I was just
born and raised
talking
in the
about.
Mississippi Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, she went to Howard University, attended there, and I think she was pre-med because her husband was also pre-med. He was very smart. And I'm gonna show you a picture that we took when I was in high school. Because
Okay.
he graduated 2 years before I did.
Okay.
And I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
Um, She obtained her undergraduate degree in microbiology in just 3 years.
Yes.
Remained at Howard to complete medical school.
Because they do
From
have a
there,
medical school.
she attended Duke University for internal medicine training program, and Washington University for a geriatrics. I can never say
Geriatric.
that. Geriatrics
They would
fellowship.
say we are geriatric at this point in our age. We
Mm.
geriatrics.
Oh Lord,
We
I
are.
don't want to do that.
If you
Okay,
got pregnant right now, not saying that you can,
right.
but say for
if
instance you got
I
pregnant
did, I would be
at
getting
your
some
age.
money.
Well, yeah, but not only that, if you got pregnant at this point in time now, your pregnancy will be called a geriatric pregnancy.
Mm, yeah. Okay. Okay. So they said that she got her um Washington University. That's where she got her master degree in clinical investigations.
Okay.
Okay. She served. What else did they say? Um, they said 11 years later, after getting her master's degree, she went to the Vanderbilt University Medical Center,
Okay.
taking the role as executive director of Meharry Vanderbilt Alliance. Okay, so she oversaw the partnership between those two institutions.
Right.
Okay, she also served in this role for 8 years before recruiting her successor, who was name is Karen Wilkfield, MD, PhD,
Hmm.
professor of radiation oncology.
Oh wow. Good.
Uh-huh. So she's overseeing a lot of stuff. But I just wanted to give praise to her because she's doing a phenomenal job in Nashville.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And prayerfully, we can get some politicians that feel the same way, and they can convince their other friends up yonder that we just need to have a viable universal health care plan for everybody. All right, so Tabitha
Okay.
Brown, is going to open up a vegan restaurant in California. Of course, her seasoning sold out. That she got the deal through McCormick. It sold out like in less than 24 hours. I was trying to go buy my seasoning from Tabitha. It wasn't working out because it was good and sold out. So she has a partnership with a restaurant in Illinois. So while she was shooting The Shy, because she had a guest appearance on The Shy, while she was shooting The Shy, she ate at a restaurant called Kale My Name, or Kale My Name, kind of like Call My Name or something like that. But they did Kale there, and so she got a partnership with that particular restaurant owner to be a
Mm-hmm.
co-owner to open up a location in California. So they're going to bring it to in the Encino, California area. Kel, my name, Los Angeles. She's so excited about this. She visited and she shared the video of brunch while she was there. Um, and it was really really amazing, and she enjoyed herself. So she is excited. Listen, she's gonna go on my list of restaurants to
And
visit
she enjoyed herself.
when I get ready to go on my food trip, because I'm planning this food trip. I don't know who coming with me and who not gonna be there, but I'm telling you what I'm doing is I'm going to travel to the different places and I'm going to eat food, be it vegan, vegetarian. The only thing I can't eat is pork is because I am actually allergic to it. But I am going to get my eat on because I love to eat and I love food. So this is where we are in life. Congratulations to Tabitha Brown. I hope the restaurant is extremely successful. All right, here we go. Reality. It's time. We got some nice little stuff here today. First up, we got our peach holders officially. Marlo officially has a peach now. Sheree is back. I don't know why. Yes, I do. That boy done got out of prison. And then Sanya Richardson Ross. I think I pronounced that correctly. Will also be on there. Then they have another young lady who is married to um Akon, who has like multiple wives because that's his culture and that's what he does. Um, they are all going to round out the cast of season 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And already Sanya and I was going to say Neo's wife, Sanya and the Akon's wife are already beefing. They've had a little Twitter battle. We'll touch on it when the season starts. They've already showed pictures of Marlo's. Marlo had a big fashion show in Atlanta. Everybody looked amazing. They showed um, pictures from that already. I didn't care to know. I hate to know about things before the season starts. The only thing I was particularly interested in seeing how, well, two things I've been particularly interested in about seeing how those things play out was Jen Shaw's arrest, which they ain't got to yet on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm about to be through with them in a minute. If they don't get to
Woo!
Jen's arrest. I'm tired of this now. They playing games. And the fight between Monique and Candace, because there was so much information that was leaked out about it. We actually got to see the footage after, talking about it for several months. We shall see how this works out, how the fallout is. So Candy's gonna be leading the crew. She is the oldest. Well, no, Sheree actually is the oldest housewife, but because Sheree's been gone in and out of the picture, Candy has not left. She's been there since season 2. I think they got Candy at the helm of everything. And so we'll see how this works. I still don't think anybody has a what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting enough story, because I'm tired of hearing about Kenya's divorce. I hate that they did not film her doing Dancing with the Stars. I think that would have been interesting. Sheree got the dude that just got out of jail. I don't know if they married, engaged, what's about to happen with them. I don't know enough about Marlo as far as drama is concerned. I know she's taking care of her nephews, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what that situation is. Drew probably would have the more interesting story if her husband act like he got some sense this season, and maybe not. We don't know. We're not sure. We'll see. I know Candy got taxes to pay back for the restaurants. So we'll see how this pans out. I'm gonna give them a chance because they black sisters, and I want to give them a chance. But if season 14 don't go as planned, y'all gonna have to bring Portia back into the mix, or y'all gonna have to cancel the whole show. That's how I feel. What you think, Wendy?
Love.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a chance though. I'm just saying, I am definitely gonna give them a chance. This is what started me on Housewives, not the other Housewife franchise, because I have not been invested in any of the other shows. The only reason why I got invested in Salt Lake City was because Potomac was on at the time, and it came on right after Potomac when they first premiered. So I'm just interested in seeing how everything pans out and see how this works with this new cast and crew. All right. So Nene did V103, I think, in Atlanta this past week. They asked her some questions. Now let me say this real quick. I'm sorry. First of all, this lady is still grieving. She lost her husband a couple of months ago. So she ain't over it. She's not over it.
You know what? And that's what gets me upset, because people expect for you to, only grieve for like a week or so. No, honey.
Over it. No, she's not over it.
No.
So let me tell you what happened. She did a guest host spot on V103 with Big Tigger, I think. She did it, and they asked her questions. What was she supposed to do? Lie?
But then it's not like. But my thing is this with the Cynthia thing. I didn't get that she shaded Cynthia at all.
Cynthia. So let me explain what happened for those who don't know. Nene was on V103, and they asked her who all came. Now here's the thing. Let me also say this: y'all shady because y'all know who came because you saw the pictures. You know who wasn't there. You know who was there because we all knew who was there, who wasn't there. But Nene answered the question, and so they asked her, "Well, did Cynthia come?" Because we didn't see pictures of Cynthia trying to be shady. And she said, no, Cynthia didn't come. She wasn't at the memorial. She didn't come to the repast. But she was there a week later at the Lanithia Lounge. And I appreciated that. She came, she came after the fact. She wasn't there doing. It's fine.
But here's my thing, Faith. Like DJ Richie Sky and other vlogs, they made it seem like she shaded Cynthia for not being there.
She didn't shade Cynthia. That's a
right.
Let me say this. When I saw Richie's live, when I saw his thing, he did not say that she shaded. I think he did that for people to click on his. You got to keep in mind,
right?
Bloggers, they want you to click on their thing, to get in there because nothing he said about Nene,
right?
Feel like he was trying to throw Nene under the bus or anything. He's just trying to get folks to click on his thing. The same with House of Aaron. The same with a lot of them. She was not, and she answered the question. So
right.
They asked, well, I think they asked her like, what did she get, or whatever, or who all did what, as far as the housewives were concerned. And she said, well, the housewives got together and sent me a bouquet, but I feel like they could have did things individually. $200 on a bouquet of flowers. And I don't think that she knew the exact price of what it costs for them to send the darn bouquet of flowers. Let me go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she went and looked it up. She said, my house is a garden. It's plenty of flowers all over the house. That's not what I was saying. She just felt like they could have individually done something because y'all are all paid. Y'all are rich bitch, okay? Y'all have done something personally. The two people that did something personally was Marlo and Candy, is what she said. Candy sent her own flowers because Nene and Greg were there for her when Todd's mom passed, no matter what the situation was. And that's what, let me say this. A lot of people don't know why I like Nene. I love Lanithia Leaks. I'ma always love Lanithia Leaks because no matter what beef she got going on with them girls, if them girls picked up the phone and asked Nene for something, Nene there.
Right.
She there.
Right.
I don't even know if her and Candy were on good terms when Ty's mama died, but she and Greg was there at their funeral, and she paid for their repast for their food for his mama's funeral. Marlo and Nene fall in and out all the time. Marlo's brother, sister, somebody passed, and I don't think those are the nephews that she's taking care of. I think she's taking care for her sister who got some substance abuse issues, but Marlo's brother passed. She said, here goes some money. Take care of the food. And that's the thing that they don't want you to see or don't want you to know. So they individually, Marlo sent some money to Nene. Candy individually sent what she sent. She sent her own bouquet, and then all the other housewives got together and did that. So here comes Claudia Jordan, which I'm. Let me say this: if you don't like me, we don't need to be commenting on nothing I say, nothing I do. We just don't need to have that rapport, okay? The girl is grieving; she's still going through stuff. The folk, and she came back and said, "Hey, listen." I'm getting a lot of flack. I understand. I probably shouldn't have answered those questions. Maybe, probably should not have. But I'm still learning that. And it's good that she came forth and said she's still learning it. But listen, I'm still going through and I'm still grieving. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. Then she sent a message to Claudia Jordan. So let's talk about Claudia Jordan real quick. She gets on my nerves. She makes my behind itch. Let me tell you why. Okay, y'all don't like each other. You don't like Nene don't like you. When you was on there, did nobody really? The only person that really messed with you was Kenya. That was the only person that messed with you was Kenya. Okay, period.
Mm.
Only person that was fooling with you. Okay, so then you decide to get on your platform and tell Nene she should have been grateful that anybody showed up for her because don't nobody like her. They really like Greg. That was the only reason why everybody was there. Why would
But
you say
hold on. She wrong for that, number one. Because number one, it was Greg's memorial. If like say for instance, you got married and I liked your husband, your husband was cool, but we were not cool. And if he passed, even though we're not cool, I'm gonna go to the funeral because I liked your husband. So what she just said was stupid.
very
Because they was not there.
Greg ain't here. Greg
They was
is
not
not here.
there. But the point is, the people did not come for Lily. They came to celebrate Greg.
Celebrate Greg, but they came in support of Nene. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But you know what I'm talking about.
Right. So what I'm saying is that first of all, why would you say that to her? Why would you put that message out there on your platform? You got thousands of followers, and you put on your platform that, well, Nene, did nobody have to show up for you. They was really there because of Greg. If it wasn't for Greg, if your husband wasn't who he was, they wouldn't have been there. So listen, there was still support for Nene because at the end of the day, Nene is grieving her husband, who's always had her back, no matter what, right, wrong, or indifferent. He had that woman's back. They'd have been through a divorce and they got remarried. He had that woman's back. Period. Period. So why would you go on your platform every time you turn around, you got this lady's name in your mouth? Period. I know that's your job, but you shouldn't have. Why? Why? Explain to me why you did that. That was in poor taste, in my opinion.
I think she wanted attention.
Just like I think she really wanted a peach. Let me say that. I feel like she wanted a peach because they came for Phaedra. When Phaedra came for them, came back for her, she didn't like it. But you started it, ma'am. Keep your mouth off of people. Do your job, but don't do that. Okay, that was not cool at all. Period. So Nene did say that she was grateful that Cynthia did indeed show up to the Lanithia Lounge after the fact. Cynthia explained she had a prior engagement or something that was not in town. The same with Candy. We knew what Candy was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Candy was on Broadway or on something. Candy was busy. She was working, so she couldn't stop what she was doing to be there. And Nene said she was appreciative for what everybody did. She was just saying she felt like, y'all got your own personal relationship with me or don't have a personal relationship with me. The people that I would have expected to have gone in on the flowers would have been like a Eva or a Kenya, somebody like that. Yeah, girl, let's go half on these flowers. We don't really fool with Nene, but we want to be in support or whatever. But everybody else that got personal relationships with Nene and they don't have any beef with Nene, I think that's something, you know what I'm saying, something different. I kind of get that. You kind of feel like people should be there more be there for you more than they are or whatever. But I just, again, I didn't think that Claudia should have did what she did. That wasn't cool. Period. But you used your platform because you don't like this woman to kind of kick her while she was down. I didn't appreciate that at all. I didn't get with that. I could not get with that at all. Period. Um, Cynthia said she was shocked, but I don't know that Cynthia saw the what happened. So, but Cynthia did come back. She was hosting, guest hosting something, and she said she's grieving. So, we're gonna allow her to grieve the way she grieved, and we're gonna go on about our business. I know, what happened. I know what I was doing. I had a prior engagement. I couldn't be there. She had to explain herself. And then you grown. If you didn't want to be there, you didn't want to be there. If you couldn't be there, you couldn't be there. I get it and I understand. So no, Candy was on tour with Escape. That's what it was. I said Broadway. She was on tour with Escape at the time. So, did you see this trailer?
Have not seen it yet.
Oh Lord Jesus! I think Portia got a hit on her hands. I
sent you a private chat.
Mm. Oh, we'll do that next week. We'll do it next week. Okay. Remind me.
Okay.
Portia, show long awaited is getting ready to come out in November. This upcoming, we might as well say this month because this is the last day of October. She is addressing things head on. The engagement to Simon. Simon has been married 4 other times. We learn in this trailer. Her mama, her aunties, everybody side-eyeing old Portia. They are. They take
jealous of old Portia.
No, I don't think they jealous.
I'm not talking about the mama though.
What about the auntie and the other folks? Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. If you my kinfolk and I learned some things about you, I don't care how much money you got. I want to know that when my person gets married, whoever that is, be it my sister, my brother, whomever, my friends, my close friends that I really care about, I want to know that people don't get married to be married for a couple of years and then let's get divorced. That's not the whole point and premise of marriage. Like, why? Who has time for all of that? Then in the African culture, they got several different weddings or whatever they got. Don't nobody have time to be doing all that and buying these dresses and stuff. Nobody has time to go through that. When I get married, I want to get married one time. Period. I won't go through no stuff, sir. Unless you do something that is detrimental to our relationship, divorce is not an answer for me. Okay, we're gonna work it out. Now you go stick your dipstick in another engine, then yes, okay. I feel as though things need to happen and take place in which I can't allow the cheating thing. I personally cannot. That is a deal breaker for me. Okay.
I know my late husband, he said before we got married, he said, we're doing this. This is only one time. And I said, I agree. I'm only doing this one time.
Yeah.
He said, even if we get to the point we can't stand each other, we're gonna sleep in separate rooms.
I'm just saying
we ain't doing something. The only way we getting out of this, one of us gotta die.
Dolly Parton said the reason why she and her husband have been married for 100 years is in my opinion, they've been married for I think 50 years.
Oh no, I think they've been married longer than 50 years.
They may have been. Dolly said the reason why their marriage works is because they got a house in Nashville and a house in LA. She said when I get tired of him, I either leave the house in Nashville and go stay at the house in LA or vice versa. She said we're not gonna. Hey, you get on my nerves, okay? I'll see you later. Let me go on over here for about a week or two, and then we'll come back. I feel like we should normalize having some separate time. Not separate time to where you got to cheat on your spouse, but just have. That's why I think it's good to have friendships and relationships and girlfriends and homeboys and that sort of thing that you can kick it with and hang out with. Because you'll be with this person 24/7. Aside from leaving home and going to work, you got to come home and they there. You wake up in the morning and they there. So I get it. I do not know what this situation is going. I hope it turns out well for Portia. I love Portia. I love Portia. I love her. Love her, love her, love her, love her, love her, love her. I think I spelled Portia's name wrong too. But I love her. I just don't want her to, I personally don't want her to get hurt. I do not know what motivated her in the decision for her to uh get engaged to this particular African. But whatever motivated her to get engaged to this particular African, okay, that's fine. But you are going to see some fallout from her family. I mean, there's other rich Africans, honey. I'm sure she could have found another one. It's a rumor that one of the Africans bought her a whole Rolls Royce or whatever it is she got, Phantom or whatever she got. Um, However that pans out, um, I feel as though this is going to be a good show. I think it is. They're taking a family trip. I don't know where. I don't know if they're going to a resort. We'll see. I'm interested in seeing it. I hope to continue. I hope they continue it. You know, Kim's up
Well,
there.
yeah, I was gonna say she did. Let's get tardy for the party.
And she turned that until they was like, okay, girl, we ain't doing this no more with you. And then now she mad because she doesn't have that platform anymore. But I wholeheartedly think that, you know, hopefully this turns into that for a portion. We'll see. We'll see. I know she still has chat room, which abruptly stopped. I don't know why, but it's from my understanding they're supposed to be coming back. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But yeah. All right. The reunion trailer.
Now that I did see, and
Whoo!
this is what I'm mad about.
What you mean, baby?
They could have made last season's reunion 4 parts. Because I wanted to see Giselle getting really dragged and her reaction.
I did.
We did not get that.
I think they're
I
doing
felt
that.
robbed.
I think they're doing that because of the fact that, first of all, you got Nicki Minaj. They have to give Nicki her own little platform. Also, New York just had 4 parts, which why did they have 4 parts? I don't know. I don't think
Not New York. You talking about
I'm sorry. Beverly Hills just
Beverly
had a
Hills.
4 part.
Well, the 4th part is not until next week.
But I'm saying they got 4 parts. Why?
Because of what Erica Girardi is going through.
They didn't need 4 parts for that, honey. They could have wrapped that up with that 3rd part. It would have been through with. Because really, to be honest, basically this season with Beverly Hills was them finding out about Erica, what Erica was doing, and them confront Erica and trying to figure out, okay, Erica, did you know what dude was doing? And them the fallout, the split and divide between them. They didn't cover the split and divide between the group over the Erica situation. He grilled Erica on the last reunion episode. They could have wrapped that up. I don't care about that. I don't care about that at all. This, I think, is partly because they did give that to them folk out there in Beverly Hills, and also because Nicki Minaj is gonna be involved. That's what I think. And I'm really interested in seeing this. They coming for the children. They are coming for each other. I'm excited to see the comage. But I'm also excited to see Nicki Minaj. She's a super fan, so I'm interested. I heard Nicki got in they behinds, and I want to wholeheartedly see that. I want to see somebody besides Andy, because Andy, I think, proceeds with caution. That's how I feel. So, what you think? How come you can't talk? You're typing. How much background noise they got? They got a theater going on. Jesus, we gotta get a studio, God, because we can't keep doing this. But so Real Housewives of Potomac, their season finale is tonight, and the next week we'll kick off the 4-part reunion. So I'm super excited about it. We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something because this ain't finna work out. Okay. So I don't know why they're doing a part 2 to this at all. I I want to see other people go down for this plot to kill Carol. I want to see Carol go down for killing her first husband, because I believe she killed that first husband. They claiming he done went to Cuba or wherever they said he went to and got wrapped up in some bad stuff. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I think she killed the first husband. I don't know if they're gonna go deeper into that, but we'll see. What you think? Did you watch
I
it?
want to. I watched the Tiger King. Yeah, Carol Baskin did it.
Don't know if you guys are gonna see this or not. Watch it. I know when we were shut down, I didn't have nothing else to do, and everybody was talking about it. I know they are gonna cover. I know they're gonna cover him thinking that he's gonna get a pardon from Trump, and they're not happening. So we shall see how this pans out. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. All right, here we go. Now, Wendy, I really need you to talk on this one. So
Okay.
we're gonna talk about this. So Insecure last week premiered. I was super excited because, of course, we waited we waited for a while for this to happen. This is the last season. They have a lot of ground to cover. But they still get their little 30 minutes per episode, or 28 minutes per episode. So here's the deal. It's always been known since the beginning of the series that Yvonne Orchard's character Molly and Amanda Seale's character Tiffany are AKAs. Always been known. Y'all excuse me, because Oreos is like my favorite cookie in the whole wide world, and I'm hungry. Y'all excuse me, this is so unprofessional. So, Miley, Tiffany, aka, they go back to their alma mater. These girls met at Stanford. They've been best friends ever since. So on this particular episode, we knew by this little getup the illusion of Tiffany being an AKA. You got
But I think it's that little purse that did it.
It was not the purse that did it. I'm gonna get to what did it.
Okay.
So it was not the purse that did it. I can't even see the purse, but it wasn't the purse that did it. It was the sweater, the AKA sweater with the shield on it that did it for the AKAs. Wearing pink and green, I can wear pink and green. Y'all can't get mad at me for wearing no pink and green. You can't get mad about that because they're colors. There were colors before your organization became the organizations that you are. So you can't get mad if I wear pink and green. Which I think we could tell she was indeed an AKA by these pink and green colors that she was wearing. However, it was the sweater that did it. So,
yeah,
in my mind,
okay, see,
clearly
this is right.
This
is what it is. This is what it is. If you're not, if you're playing a character, that is a brand. Unless, like, say for instance, if Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, they did stuff. I think Steve Harvey is a Q, is Omega, and Cedric the Entertainer is a Kappa. They could do that because they're members.
They are members of those organizations. They can wear those. As a matter of fact, on the Steve Harvey show, Steve had his Omega shield in his apartment.
Right.
You saw that
because he's an Omega.
He's an Omega. Okay. So let's talk about this.
But then hold on. Then somebody had mentioned, well, Spike Lee had some alphas stepping on school days and had some AKAs. They were actually alphas and AKAs.
And he created a fraternity fashioned after the alphas and fashioned after the AKAs, but he had the sorority and the fraternities that was on there fashioned after. He created these fictional sororities and fraternities. And
also, you think about it, different world. The fraternity that Dwayne and Ron was pledging in, but Dwayne decided not to go to, that kind of reminds you of Omega. The sorority that Whitley was in
Whitley and Kim
Whitley was already one, but Kim
right,
was
and Kim
pregnant.
pledged. Yeah.
And they were frogs.
Right. Like an AKA.
Like an
So,
AKA, but they had made up a sorority.
they created one. So let's talk about this real quick. And they didn't have to create one. They absolutely did not have to create a sorority. They could have, I would have gotten it with this right here. Now, they also showed another episode. I don't know if it's going to be this season or if it's going to be, if it was a preview. Really? You could have told me to turn the camera off, dog.
Sorry.
So
it happens all the time over here.
I know. But they be all in the shot. Joe folk, I see that arm opening up the refrigerator. That's it. So
or turning on the water and just keep it on.
I don't ever hear the water. Okay, so at any rate, so you could have alluded to that, okay? I think on another season of Insecure, they showed a picture of Molly had the AKA letters, and the AKAs didn't trip about that, but it's the shield. So let's talk about this real quick, because a lot of people didn't see what the big deal was. I thought, and this was my first thing, I said, no, I don't think Issa did that without getting permission from the organization to do that. That was just in my mind, because whenever you have brands, Coca-Cola, I remember this was a big thing. This was when I first learned about brand deals. Was it a Pepsi or was it Coke? I think it was Pepsi. In Home Alone, they couldn't have Pizza Hut. They had to have some off-brand pizza place. And they had either Coke or Pepsi. I believe it was Pepsi. And they had a brand deal with that particular beverage company. And they had to pay them money to feature them in the film. And I remember they had this big campaign, which whatever company it was, where they showed Home Alone, and they had the sponsor by Pepsi or whatever. So listen, if you have a brand that you are representing in your film or in your show, you have to have permission from that brand to use that brand. A lot of the reality shows, we talked about that when we watched the Bell Collective. If you ever watched the Review Crew, how that it didn't look like one of the people had any food in their house, because all of their food had the name brand packaging. Did nobody want to try to cover it up? They didn't have time to do that.
And you remember VH1, was it VH1 or BET had that reality show about the sororities?
Oh, they snatched that off.
They snatched it off real quick.
Make it to, I don't know how many episodes they made it through. They snatched it right on off the TV. But I say that to say this: you have to have permission from the national organization to do that.
See me, I'm covering this up. When you see me drink this, I'm covering up.
Correct. You don't want a brand coming after you. Even when you play music, you have to say that this music is not, we're not using this music. Whatever we have to say.
We don't own the rights to this music.
Right.
And sometimes that don't even work.
Sometimes it don't work. But that's the thing. That's the whole thing. I did something really, really stupid. Right around the time when we started putting this on YouTube. The song that I used to open the episode and close the episode was what's the song by Jay-Z? This particular episode, Legacy, the Legacy song by Jay-Z from 444. I played it on the podcast, and the podcast, ain't nobody finna say, well, you can't use that music. Nobody does that. But when I posted that episode on YouTube was like, girl, now I know you know. That you can't play no Jay-Z song on the YouTube. It's the same concept. And here is the thing. I know a lot of people did not pledge. I know a lot of people who did pledge. I did not pledge, but I understand that they are a brand. At the end of the day, they're a brand. They got, for you to say, well, they got exposure on the national level. They are
they already been national.
100 plus years old. What you mean they got exposure? This ain't no organization that was just created 2 years ago.
Nope.
They don't need the exposure. It's ladies that are lining up. It's girls right now in high school and middle school.
Legacies
So they can get
already.
right.
Legacies. Legacies and legacies of legacies of legacies.
Absolutely. So let me
So
read this
yeah.
letter, and then we're gonna move on.
Because didn't Issa Rae, I sent the response Issa Rae
Issa was
tweeted.
like, let me go delete these episodes because Issa was tripping. Issa said, "Now, baby, let me go and release this episode right now." Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me find this. So on October the 26th, there was a letter that went out to the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. And it says, "Dear sorors, we were made aware of the unauthorized use of our brand on the HBO show Insecure early yesterday morning, Monday, October 25th, 2021, and are taking steps to protect our brand. Please allow the corporate office to handle this matter. We all have a duty to protect our brand. You can do your part by refraining from engaging with anyone involved with the show or with anyone, including other sorors, on social media about this matter. Thank you for your continued assistance and cooperation. Sincerely, Soror Cynthia D. Howell, who is the executive director of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated." So let me say this. I did not appreciate the AKA's comment for Amanda Seals. Let me say that right now. They dragged that girl for Phil. She is playing a character on TV. Now they're coming for Issa. That's one thing. And let me say this: y'all can't come for Issa because Issa gonna come right back because she sure did. She came right back. She don't care about our organization. Not like that. She cares about her show, and it's always been known that the girls were AKAs. What I'm saying, however, is that HBO and Issa Rae are wrong. Y'all should have gotten permission from the AKAs to use it. Now, let me also point this out. There was an episode of 911 that the show that Angela Bassett plays on, and Angela Bassett is notably a Delta. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. However, in the show, they did a show about her character's life. The younger version of her wore Delta Sigma Theta sorority paraphernalia, okay, in the show, on the episode. Now, I don't know if Angela got permission from Deltas because I ain't heard no Deltas barking about it. However, the young lady who played the young version of her character is not a member of Delta Sigma Theta. As a matter of fact, the young lady who played young Athena, which is her character on 911, is also the young lady who plays on the new show Queens with Brandy and Eve, and Natura Naughton and Nadine Velasquez. She plays the artist that got people buzzing about their music again because she sampled one of their tracks and it was played, and she invited them to BET. So she's an integral part of the show. But I'm just putting it out there. I did not hear any big noise made about this at all. Period. I did not. And they did not, and I'm not sure again with Angela being a member of the organization. I don't know if Angela got permission from the
Well, did they use the shield though?
Yeah, I think whatever it was a jacket. It was a Delta Sigma Theta jacket. It had the shield on it. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm correct, if I remember the episode correctly, because it showed her online, and then it showed her when she crossed, and I think she had the jacket on. Nevertheless, y'all, AKA is a brand. Delta Sigma Theta is a brand. Omega Psi Phi is a brand. Kappa Alpha Psi is a brand. Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, Iota Phi Theta. I think that's how you say them. I just know Iota. Sigma Gamma Rho. All of these organizations, the Masons, the Eastern Stars, Phi Beta Sigma, KK Psi, all of them are brands. Period. They've been on the planet for hundreds of years. If you didn't know about them, tough cookie. It's a lot of people who know about the organizations, and they don't necessarily need the notoriety or the exposure. Okay. So that's my take on it. Because at first I was like, well, I'm sure that girl got permission. Y'all leave her alone. But now, and I love Issa Rae, but I feel like y'all should have gotten permission to utilize the AKA stuff. Just my thought process. All right, here we go. All right, so Facebook is now going to be called Meta. Um, it's supposed to be interactive. Like you're supposed to be able to be there with somebody else while you're. I don't know. I saw a demonstration. I wasn't impressed. I don't care.
Is it
Uh,
supposed to be like Clubhouse now?
no, it's not supposed to be like Clubhouse. Do you know how you have virtual reality?
Mm.
And like you can be somewhere where someone else is, or they can be where you are. That's the way it's supposed to be set up now. I don't know how that works, but that's what they're trying to get into, is taking that platform to the next level. I think it's funny that they're taking it to the next level right after the whole Facebook drama has unfolded. It's pretty hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know what that's gonna mean. I don't know if the apps on our phone is gonna change the name over. I'm not sure. Nothing says Facebook except for the app in my phone. All the ads that are Facebook related is saying Meta, 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 Meta right now. Meta dating, Meta connections, all this stuff I'm seeing is Meta. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. I never really cared. I just literally want to connect with the people that I know on Facebook. That's it. I don't and promote my business. I don't know how. I don't want to be where somebody else is and do the virtual stuff. I don't know how to. I'm not a big Instagram girl for that reason. I'm not sitting up taking pictures of myself all day. I'm not. I got to get better by it because of the fact that I have brands that I have, and that's what people use is Instagram. But I don't know how to do that. So it's really crazy that they thought that this was gonna be, the future. But hey, it is what it is. As we get more details, we'll talk about it. But that's about it. Okay, so we spoke about Howard earlier. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Howard University students have staged a sit-in. They have been protesting with the administration basically for this whole semester. Um, Overcrowded dorms, rats, roaches, mold in the buildings, that sort of thing. It seems like they have not updated their facilities in quite some time. This is 2021. So the students decided to protest. Now, from my understanding, there are a lot of Black leaders that are in support of the Howard University students. The administration had threatened to kick the kids out of school, which I'm like, but dog, you should just update your buildings. Like, get it's plenty of hotels and places in the DC area that might work with y'all. Y'all can put the students up as you get the things updated. I'm hearing a rumor that they are planning to send the Howard University students home that stay in the dormitories. Um, After this semester, I'm not sure if that's going to be the answer. Does that mean y'all are going to do the work to update the buildings and make sure y'all get rid of things? I'm not exactly sure. Um, what do you think about this?
I just think that it is just horrible because I'm sure that the private white colleges are getting the funding that they need to update buildings and stuff.
And you know what?
And
HBCU. So let's kind of talk about that real quick. Because
because
I'm an
I've never
HBCU.
been to a
Right,
HBCU, you have, so
right.
you know, and I'm like, then what are y'all doing with the money? Because HBCUs are not cheap,
They
like
are
regular
not
college.
cheap, but they cheaper than the PWIs. Let me
Right,
say that.
right, right,
Um,
right. But
they
my
are
thing
not.
is, so what are they doing with the money? Is it to help pay the staff and the faculties? What is the tuition going towards?
So I don't, and I'm not, and that's a big question. So we always have a situation where we've had several situations of misappropriation of funds in the last few years with quite a few of the HBCUs that have been reported. Um, Typically, it's not something that happens overnight. Typically, it's something that's been trickled down from administration to administration. So it's no way to really pinpoint who actually was the culprit in the beginning of of the thing. They always have a fall guy in those situations. I will say this. I think that the kids pay enough money in room and board for them to update the dorms. I feel that way. They can't tell me that they could not have updated the dorms. Not many kids go to summer school or stay on campus during summer school to for this to take place and happen. So I think that what they need to do is fix the dorms. Let the kids be virtual this next semester and do what you need to do to update your dormitories so that the kids won't have a problem. The other thing too is that it's not a lot of the HBCUs that have it. Some HBCUs do not have the funding. Let me say that because they have not updated their prices to be to fall in line with things. A lot of them, this is how much it's going to cost to teach this amount of students. It's so many things that go into that, and so yeah, they aren't cheap, but they're not commensurate with your PWIs either.
That's what I meant to mean. I didn't mean to say tuition. I meant to say when you pay for room and board,
correct.
Where does that money goes to? Isn't
right.
that money
and it's
to
supposed to. Right. And it's supposed to. So yeah, I'm hoping and praying that they utilize that to do the updates that they need. I do. I definitely hope that, because Howard is like one of the top-notch HBCUs. When you think of HBCUs, that's one of the first schools that they discuss when they're talking about HBCUs. So we shall see.
You remember the group Shy?
Yeah,
they came from Howard.
I didn't know that.
Because if you watch Baby I'm Yours, that was filmed at Howard University.
Okay, I didn't realize it.
No, I did not know this.
Let me tell you about this. First of all, she just sold the company. Let's talk about that real quick. I think for like $1 billion and something. So Lil Mama is rich, okay? Now let's talk about how she gave her employees 2 plane tickets to anywhere they wanted to go and $10,000 in spending money. This is the type of boss I want. Well, I'm finna be my own boss real soon. But this, if I was gonna go on the employee track for the rest of my life, this is the type of boss that I would want. Give me some incentives that I can use, okay? I can go anywhere I want to. You gave me $10,000 to spend on my trip, baby. Let's do it. I'm with it. I buy the other 2 plane tickets because it'd be 4 of us going. Because my mama and the boys got to go with me where I'm going. But I think that this is good. A lot of people, when it comes to employees, those appreciations. I don't know. We talked about this on the podcast. There's a company in Houston that gave their employees like this. I think it was like $50,000 bonus or something, and everybody was applying to work at that company. Let your employees know that you are appreciative of what they do and how they do it. I think it's important to show your appreciation to your employees and not just throw little stuff. This lady's having a great year. She sold the company for $1 billion. I didn't know she still owned the company, and she probably still got some shares in the company or whatever. But this girl is a billionaire and she's giving back to her employees, because if it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be where she is today. So I shout out to her for that. I'm really, really thankful. Now, am I going to go fill out an application for Spanx? No, I'm not. But incentivize your employees. They'll work harder. Trust me, I know. All right. I'm just gonna skim through this real quick. T.I. and Tiny are developing affordable housing in the Atlanta area. Both of them, I think, are from Atlanta. I know this also comes on the helm of their scandal that had been going on since late last year. A couple of the cases have been dropped. All of them have not been dropped, so they are not free and clear. But if they pull this off and they get this development going, I think it's a great thing for them to provide that affordable housing.
We need affordable housing in Memphis.
Man, what? We need affordable housing everywhere because these folks crazy. All right, so we're just going to scan through these Halloween costumes since it is Halloween.
I don't know who everybody is, but we got FloJo and Jesse Owens.
Are these some old ones?
No,
Because the one with Blue Ivy's
that's
much bigger
old.
than that's old.
Okay, I didn't know that. I put in
A-
Halloween costumes 2021, and this is what came up. Google
And
lied to me.
and the one with us, that's last year's. Either last year's or
I
2019.
didn't know that.
Now
Okay,
Lizzo, her being this, yeah, that's recent.
this is recent. Let's see who else. We just going through. Uh, I believe these are all from this year. Um, uh, John Legend and his wife went as the Adams family with the kids. I think this is Megan the Stallion here in this little dominatrix number. Um, this is Tamron Hall as Cardi B when Cardi B was pregnant.
I saw that episode. I actually what I do is I tape all of the talk shows on Halloween just so I can see what their costumes are looking like.
Okay. Mindy Kaling was Legally Blonde. Um, there are some other things. I just thought it was fun. I didn't get to get all the pictures. One that I enjoyed. We talked about Tabitha Brown earlier. Tabitha Brown went as her daughter, and her daughter went as her. So Tabitha Brown got the straight hair blown out, and her daughter has the afro. It was too cute. I thought it was really amazing. They look so much alike. It's not even funny. You cannot tell the two apart at all. I thought that was cool. I got a homeboy from undergrad who went as Shamar Moore's character on Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I thought that was funny. So
who did that? Where is it?
one of my homeboys from school, he was Omar. I can't remember Omar. Shamar Moore. I'm sorry, Shamar Moore's character. I'm sorry. I think his character's name was Omar on there though, but Shamar Moore's character on Diary of a Mad Black Woman. So he had the braids.
The braids.
Yes. Oh my god.
The braided wigs.
Yeah. So I hope
the beginning of the curse of the Tyler Perry wigs.
His wig look a little bit more believable than the ones even now. And this is 2021. So I'm real scared of what's going on. But yeah. So I don't know if you heard about this. There's a Kentucky school that they had a Halloween skit where the boys dressed up as like cheerleaders and girls. And we had something like that at Central where we dressed up as football players and the guys dressed up as cheerleaders, and we played the football game and they were the cheerleaders.
We did the thing it's called Pink Queen.
Oh wow.
We had a Pink Queen contest.
Well, these students, these teenage boys, gave lap dances to the staff members at this Kentucky high school, and they put the pictures online. So here's my thing, y'all. If y'all gonna do something stupid, don't put it online. They had the pictures online. Of course, they had to remove the pictures offline. I think the principal got a lap dance. Some coaches got lap dances. It was crazy. Parents were outraged. They're investigating it right now. It is such a mess. What do you think? Do you think this was a skit that went too far?
They need to realize now folks don't got thick skin like we did back in our day.
Well, I mean, we also weren't giving lap dances to our teachers.
Yeah, so that was like, that's a hard one to say.
It is.
That's a hard one.
I know some heads are probably going to roll because parents were indeed outraged by it. I just don't know how many heads are going to roll. But we shall see how this pans out. By the way, listen.
Did you watch it?
I still ain't watched it.
Are you going to watch it?
I am. I'm going to watch it.
So I'm not going to mess it up for you.
Let me just say this real quick.
He kills everybody. He don't care.
Michael Myers would kill it. He kills all the people.
He killed his own family members.
Red, yellow, black, and white. They all precious in his sight. Michael Myers will kill all the children in the world. It don't matter if you're gay. It does not matter if you are gay.
And I don't think, okay, I had to scam some because it was a lot of killing in this movie, okay? But my thing was, I just saw a guy dressed up as a girl for Halloween. And I don't think he was gay. I don't recall him being gay. I thought it was. I thought that guy was the boyfriend of Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter. That's what I thought. Maybe I missed something, but there was a whole lot of killing in this movie. I mean, I'm surprised it's still a town after all the killings.
Let me also say this to the people who stay in that town. Move! Mike can stay there by himself. All you got to do is leave. Why would you raise your family in the neighborhood where every year or every few years a maniac wake up and kill everybody?
Girl, you're going to trip out on this one, though. You're going to really trip out on this one. If you watch it tonight, we can talk about it in a week or another week.
I don't even know what we're talking about tomorrow, except for our regular lineup. I ain't got no main topic. Okay. I think y'all are reaching. Let me just say, and I'm an advocate for the LGBTQIA community. This is a reach. It's a whole reach. Their killing was more gruesome than the other folks killing. No, dog, I don't think so. But I mean, if that's the way you feel and that's the hill you want to die on, by all means do that. I just think that sometimes, I think people are sensitive. That's what I believe. And they have triggers. And whatever those triggers are, they get triggered by whatever. And it's a problem. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't. Speaking of which, I kept this one on here because there's a continuation to this little story here. So Dave has a documentary that he wanted to distribute. And film festivals were interested, and now they're no longer interested in his documentary. So he's gonna disperse the documentary. He's gonna disperse the documentary on his own, and that's a better way to do it anyway. It's gonna cost you some money, but I feel like you're gonna make your money back and then some. Because I will go watch the documentary. That's just me personally, because I'm a big Dave Chappelle fan. He said that he was open to sitting down and talking to the Netflix people in the head of the LGBTQ community and all this other stuff. I didn't know they had a head of that community. That's the other thing. But he said that he was willing to talk, but he was like, y'all aren't going to summon me. Y'all ain't going to tell me when and where I can meet y'all. Because for the most part, the majority of the people that are outraged by it, there's some Black LGBTQ community members that did not appreciate or didn't like the comedy special. And I feel like a lot of the stories that have been written about it, I feel like they've sought out Black members of the LGBTQ community to make sure that they don't like it. Of course, there's one comedian, and shout out to her, and I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, Flame Monroe, one of my favorite trans comedians, Flame Monroe. She's hilarious. She said, listen, y'all can't want to be a part of this here community called comedy. And you can't accept all of the parts. He talks about everybody. He talks about Black folk, white folk. He talks about everybody. He ain't just talking about the gay people. He's not. He's talking about his experiences because people have been protesting him and trying to boycott him and cancel him. And here's the thing, Dave made a point, and it's a very valid point. Dave has already been canceled. Already has been canceled. He was canceled. He was canceled. And y'all think what y'all are doing is going to cancel him, and I don't believe that's going to be the case. But he kind of has a little bit by the powers that be. You know, they're walking on eggshells now. Um, it's comedy. It just it is hit or miss. If you didn't think it was funny, don't watch it. The Netflix employees that walked out. So let's talk about that real quick because there's a story that said that they got fired in retaliation for speaking up against the Dave Chappelle special, which that was not the case. They got fired because they interrupted a meeting that they were not invited to protest the Dave Chappelle comedy special. You interrupted a meeting that you weren't supposed to interrupt. That's insubordination. They didn't have a problem with you walking out of work. They didn't have a problem with you speaking out against Dave Chappelle. They had a problem with you interrupting their meeting, their important business meeting that you wasn't a part of. That's what they had the problem with. That's why you got fired. Okay? I think a lot of times we want to be hurt. We want to have a fight. If someone was definitely going out and killing folk and they killing them because of Dave Chappelle, okay, I get you. I get your point. There are people who hate the members of the LGBTQ community. They're going to hate the members of the LGBTQ community, regardless of if Dave Chappelle got on his platform and said whatever he said or not. Period. They're gonna have this problem. Am I wrong? Just like these white people out there, they hate me because I'm black, man. It's nothing you're gonna do to change their minds. It doesn't matter if Trump spurred the racism or not, or allowed them to be more vocal about it. I don't think there's ever been a white person who was racist against me that wasn't vocal about their racism. I'm sorry. They white in America. They had to hide behind nothing. Now there are more people that you have heard that are racist. Some folks that you probably thought you was cool with, but for the most part, they still pretty vocal about the privilege and the racism. It's the same thing. If they don't like you, they're not gonna fool with you regardless. That's how I feel. Could Dave have said it a different way? Probably. But we know Dave Chappelle, he's not gonna bite his tongue. And he's not gonna change what he said or how he said it. He's willing to discuss and talk. He doesn't want to fight. He's open. And that's all. I think they should take that into consideration, that the man is open to hearing their concerns about his comedy special. Should it be taken down? No, because I don't think people who hate LGBTQ communities are checking for Dave, because they probably don't like his black ass either. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there right now. I'm tired of talking about Dave. So Dave won't be on the docket next week. It ain't happening. All right. So the families of the Charleston's victims at the church where the little white boy set up in the darn Bible study with them folk and killed them. They have reached a settlement of $88 million. I know this is not going to bring their family members back. This also goes to, they have a fund for police brutality and racial crimes in each state. I want y'all to know that they have it. They're investing in money on Wall Street at this moment. So when the next situation pops off, because it's not going to get any better anytime soon, where a white person is able to open fire on black people, where a police officer is able to open fire on a black person or treat a black person in a brutal way, they have the funds available. Period. So, what was it? 9 people that got killed in the church.
Yeah, it just bothered me that this man, when in the church, he prayed with the folks.
The people,
He
I welcome him with
prayed.
open arms. I'm all
arms.
for racism in this situation. I'm not even gonna lie. Sir, why are you here at my church? They welcomed that man in their church with open arms. So
And
each person gonna get
prayed.
each family's gonna get $9.7 million. 9 point.
But I wonder the woman who also got shot, but she survived. The pastor's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Is she gonna get double because she was a survivor plus her husband got
I
killed?
don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. Maybe she'll get the money. I don't know. I don't know. I would want double. Damn it. I would want double because I was there and I witnessed it and I'm still alive to tell the story. Then I also watched my husband get killed in front of me and all these other church members that were here to
And
have
probably
Bible
his
study.
blood was probably all over me.
Yeah, she got.
Yeah.
I mean, she gonna have to have counseling. I'm sure.
She probably been going through counseling.
Yeah, that's crazy. She deserved. I think their families all deserve, and it's not gonna bring again. It's not gonna bring them back. But I think I honestly believe that and he's going to jail. They actually got that one right. He's in jail. Although I'm still pissed off that they took that man to Wendy's on the way to the
I thought it was Burger King.
Burger King, Wendy's. They took him somewhere when they should have just took him straight to jail. Okay. Yeah. So I heard this story. This lady went on a blind date with this guy. She brought her family members with her. I think it was 12 family members with her, thinking that the guy was supposed to pay the bill for her and her 12 other family members.
Okay. Number one, hold on. Before you finish that story, I can understand you wanting somebody to be with you on a blind date. They should have been on a separate table, number one.
Let's also talk about how
why you gonna have your 12 family members and what kind of food were y'all eating to be $3,100?
that he must have he so typically when you have a first date, one or two things happen. Either you're gonna do something that ain't gonna cost you a whole lot of money, or you're gonna do something because you want to impress the person that you're going on a blind date with. So it's going to be something that's going to be a little pricey. So like for my birthday, I wanted to go to the Porch and the Parlor. So that's where we went to eat. Those meals at Porch and Parlor are pretty pricey. So if 12 folk showed up with her, $3,100 is right there. And let me say this, when you ain't paying for the food, guess what you do? You order a salad, you order appetizer, you order your main course, you order desserts, you order drinks. Oh, it's easy to rack up $3,100 in food bills. It depends on where they went. Doesn't matter because she has lost her goddamn on mind if she thought this man was going to pay for her and her family. 12 people?
He probably said, nope. He got up.
12 people. No, he probably didn't do that. What probably happened is he probably sat there and ate his food and then was like,
pay for his.
Right.
So let me pay for mine. I pay for mine.
So this is separate. this and this is mine. The rest of this, they go to her. There is no way on God's green earth. No way on God's green earth. You invite your family. So let's talk about it. Let me read this real quick. I'm sorry. It was not 12 other people. Wait a minute. She invited 23 of her family members on her blind date to test the generosity of the man she was set to have dinner with. And it backfired. The woman.
And I bet you she looked at those family members and was like, bah.
Hold on. So listen, this is in China. This is in China that this took place. She was waiting for her blind date to arrive, and he couldn't believe his eyes when she arrived with 23. He was waiting on her to arrive, and when she She arrived with 23 members of her family, expecting him to foot the bill for all of them. He initially agreed to pay for the date for the two of them. All that changed. She brought almost 30 extra people. I don't know where I got the 12 from. As a result, he left her and her family with the large $3,100 bill after telling them they should pay, and they refused.
She's like, they don't.
His mama did this. This is why I don't let my mama set me up on no blind date. His mama set him up on this blind date, right? In hopes to get him to settle down. But why this girl thought that this was a good thing for her to bring all her folk was crazy. So yeah, little mama had to, I don't know if they had to wash dishes, if they had to pull their resources together to pay for their food. That man said, I'm not paying for you and these 23 other people. It's not happening. Period. Pooh. It's not. Y'all can have all of that. And I don't blame him. He will bring all these folk. First of all, if I want somebody to make sure I'm okay, you're going to be in the corner somewhere. That man is not going to know that the people are there for you. Also, you're paying for your own food. Crazy.
Okay. Here's my thing about this. People always want to put Jada in the bad light. Because, it was talking about if red flags was a person. Did you see the whole red table talk?
I didn't, but I watched the clip. So let me say this. First of all, the internet is wrong. The internet is wrong. Whatever the article was that they were posting and sharing, it was saying that she said that she and Will did not have a good sex life. And that is not what she said.
She said they did not communicate for them being married for 20 plus years. The communication about their
they
sex
had to work
life.
on that communication.
Right.
And as Heather says, your orgasm is your responsibility. Okay? So if this person ain't doing what you like, you gotta talk to the other person and communicate.
But here's the thing. Name me some 20 plus years couple that did not have the same problem.
I don't think any couple. It ain't no 20 plus year couple. Because let me go here. Let's talk about this. We were raised in the church. Right. It was very taboo to talk about sex. That was not something that we were taught to talk about. Even as a married couple, I don't know what they did in the marriage counseling and in the marriage conferences that they had, but for the most part, that wasn't something that we talked about. That wasn't something that it was okay to talk to your mate about what you like, what you don't like. As a matter of fact, some of the stuff that people like sexually, the church will condemn it as, you all going to hell. What you doing? You over there sucking things? No, that ain't in the Bible. You licking things? That ain't in the Bible. So think about this. They didn't come up in the church. Not to my knowledge. I don't know. They didn't come up in the church, but it's hard to communicate those things because one thing this person might think that you like, they might have dated somebody in the past, and the other person may not have never communicated to them that they didn't like it, or that's not what women like, or that's not what men like. And they coming into a situation and they had to learn to communicate. And that's all she said was they had to learn how to communicate. She had to reiterate. She had to come out and say, hey, we ain't got no problem in the bedroom.
And then she said, because, we've been together, we automatically think that we should know what we like.
Absolutely. You love me, so you should know.
I watched that whole episode and I'm just waiting. And I'm like, what did she say?
Nothing.
It was nothing.
I watched the clip. I went and read. Even if you click on the article that everybody was sharing and you actually opened the article and read it, it did not say what the title of that article said. What I was talking about earlier about how the bloggers post salacious topics or salacious titles to get you to click on it so you can hear, and you waiting on the shade or you waiting on the whatever, and it never comes because they wanted you to click on it. that person, whoever wrote that article, wanted you to click on that article and read it and share it so that it could go viral. Will is getting ready to come out with a YouTube video or YouTube series, I'm sorry, where he's preparing himself to lose weight. But he learns that it's not just physical, it's mental. And in one of the clips from the YouTube series, he discusses how at one point in time he contemplated suicide. Everybody was super shocked when he made this revelation. I think it also chronicles him also writing his memoir, which is coming out soon, which is coming out really, really soon. And a lot of people were shocked. I will say this about Jada. And I like Will and Jada. I really, really do. I've not gotten a sense though from a lot of her table talks that she's genuinely a happy person. I've not gotten that. And sometimes I like to have, I know you people too, but sometimes I like to have a little imagination to my celebrities. I don't need to know that you slept with your son's friend and y'all had a full-on relationship because you and your husband was getting ready to get divorced. I don't care about. I don't want to know about that. And keep in mind the boys packing. I probably would have enjoyed that as well. But if it was my child's son, no, I probably would not have. I'm just saying. I don't know. But this was not. Keep in mind, she has a show. She has guests on her show. I think Wendy Paltrow was on the show. And she has a show that's to premiere on Netflix, and she's there promoting it.
Because I think Jada Pickett got not Jada Pickett, Gwyneth Paltrow. She's doing something about sexuality with her brand or something like that.
Yeah, and so she's talking about like kind of some of the things that they're going to cover in the series. So that's what they're talking about. They got a show, and if you don't watch Red Table Talk because you have seen bits and pieces of headlines or whatever, or you mad because she slept with old August, stop. Let them people be human. You human. I don't understand why we're not allowed to have feelings, emotions, go through things. Because a person is a celebrity or they make so much money doesn't mean that they have to conform or fold to what we think a celebrity should be.
Or they mean that they're not human. They're these folks are human too.
They are.
Absolutely. They do things too. Now come on, get over it.
Let it go. Oh Jesus. Jada, don't say nothing else. Like, have just some real cool, calm, collective shows, because I'm tired of talking about y'all. This is like week number 2, 3. Maybe not week number 2 or 3, but you get what I'm saying. All right, here we go. What is bugging us today?
Okay. You know what? I'm going to talk about this yet again. People, if you are going to order anything from Uber, because now I think Uber's getting the message that most of us most of us deliverers are, when we see $2, $3, we
yeah. I have a girlfriend that she does that.
And so yesterday I was at Chick-fil-A, the new Chick-fil-A on Wolf Chase Mall. They had torn down and then built the whole new Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I ain't know that.
And so I'm waiting, and this guy said that he got a email. He asked me, did I get an email from Uber saying that if I guess he said, I'm gonna paraphrase, if you do 90%, then they're gonna guarantee $17 an hour.
And
so they know.
I'm glad of that.
So they know that these $2 trips ain't worth. Gas is not even $2. And you expect for us, you expect for us to go from Bartlett to Fraser on $2? You see, my thing is this: If it has to be at least 5.
At
I was
least.
5.
She said she don't go if it ain't 10, she don't do it. She said it gotta be at least $10. She's not doing it for less than $10. I don't blame her. Gas is not cheap. Y'all need to understand that. Is that your rant?
That's my rent. And then I had it, I had a lot today that was $2, $3, and I was declining. And they was getting on nerves because then they kept on asking me to take a photo of myself. I'm like, dang it.
I
I was in Lakeland most of the yesterday. I only did 4 trips. Ended up making like $50, $60. So, and that was within a couple of hours. So I was good. But that's my rent.
I don't think I really have a rant per se. I know I got to get my life in order as my time comes to a close here. Um, as I work on going into agency. When you're working on your credit though, fuck becoming out of the woodwork from stuff you ain't thought about in like 1700 years. And when you go through the credit repair companies, they'll contest the things, but you still owe for them. And so if that company sells it to another company, it ends up being a problem and so on and so forth. I think that there should be some changes with that. But I ain't gonna rant about it because if I did it, I did it. I just feel like when you're trying to do some stuff to move forward, it seems like here comes something coming to kick you down. But that's all right. I'm not gonna look at it like that. I'm just gonna hustle and do what I need to do so that we can move it along, move it along, move it along.
Here's
Huh?
my niece. She is Elsa for Halloween.
Okay, Elsa, have you gone to go get candy yet?
She got a lot of candy. All right.
Oh, okay.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, girl. Enjoy your
All
candy.
right. All
I
right.
hope
Go
my
on, Miss
child has racked
Princess.
up.
Okay, why you rolling your eyes at me, little girl?
Mm-mm. All right, Lord. All right, so Shot Glass Hour. We only got 2 shows left this year. Normally we do it every other Wednesday, but the holidays are coming up. We know a lot of people gonna need to save their coins. So we are gonna have 2 more shows this year. One on November the 17th and one on December the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So our Thanksgiving holiday show is going to feature Daryl Wayne. He's a phenomenal artist. He is so good. He can sing really, really well. He can sing. Let me put it that way. So he will be gracing the stage. The Shy Glass Hour, Smooth Living, 1263 Winchester Road. Make sure that you are in their doors open at 7. It's $10. We're gonna have the drinks by Flow, the food, the phenomenal food is Smooth Living. We're gonna have our massage therapist on deck. Urban Vintage is gonna be there with her hands. Shan is awesome. And then we're gonna have preferably a visual artist to set up and do a live painting. Also, the show's gonna be hosted by producer chick. So make sure you guys are able to come out. If you haven't been to a show this year, come on out. It's Thanksgiving. It's the week before Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. The other show's the week before Christmas. We just want you guys to come out and enjoy some live music and just get out and just hang. Just $10. So you got time, get it together. I'll be announcing it up until the time. We got a couple more weeks for that. So make sure y'all get out. Make sure you following the Shot Glass Hour as well. Okay. Um, Wendy, tell them how they can reach you.
On Facebook is Wendy Edingbourgh Smith. Instagram is at vlux76, and my website is www.maryk.com/WEDINGBOURGH.
All right. Whenever Hilda decides she's gonna join us again, I like to still share her stuff. She is a part of the podcast. But you can reach Heather B over on Facebook at Heather's Passion Academy, YouTube Heather's Passion Academy, and the website at www.heatherspassionacademy.com. Um, And then here I am, me. You can reach me on Facebook at Vicskeyas Faith More, Instagram at Vicskeyas Faith, and Twitter at Vicskeyas Faith. You can also reach us at The Size Up on Facebook, Instagram at The Size Up 2102, YouTube, The Size Up Official Podcast, and our email address is thesizeup2102@gmail.com. Make sure you guys are reaching out to us if you want to be a guest on the show. You want to be a guest host, whatever, come on in, send us an email. We'll respond and get you in. You also can listen to our podcast on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and SoundCloud. Thank you guys for joining us.
See my little wings.
My wings. Girl, I got bad wings too, baby. I got bad wings too. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week with our new show. Y'all don't cut up too bad this week while we go. We'll be back next Sunday. Tomorrow we do not have a main topic for its own. We're gonna have to discuss it and see what we decide we're gonna do. We do have our weekly lineup of our shows. Maybe we'll just do that and just put some TV news in there. And then come back because I can't think of nothing that's gonna stand out.
Halloween Kills.
I will try to watch the Halloween. I heard it sucks. I like a good slasher film, but but we'll see. So maybe we will talk about that. I'll try to see if I can watch it tonight before I go to bed. I have a lot to watch tonight though, because the Real Housewives and The Insecure will be on tonight as well. So I want to make sure I'm tuned in for those as well. So we want to thank you guys for joining us, and then we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.